Dan, whenever you're ready.
In January of 2010, my father went to the hospital. Actually drove himself to the hospital because his toe was sore and he was a construction worker, so he really couldn't get work done. By March, he was dead. My father's my favorite dad, not because he's gone or anything like that, but he shaped me daily, whether he was involved or not. I think everybody can kind of relate to it because everybody either had a father or had a father figure, somebody, a man that you looked up to in your life. I'm going to talk to you today about it because I've gone through all the phases, through childhood and all those different phases. So I think I can talk to you and help you to analyze your life a little bit also. I'm going to talk to you about examples that he gave me through his life, his presence or absence, and also some of the emotions that he's passed on to me. So first, let's talk about that conception to early childhood or school age phase. This is that area where you don't even realize they're influencing you. I didn't realize until later in my life that he had influenced me because I have children of my own. 100% of us had a father that made a decision in our life before we even knew what was up. He picked whether or not you're male or female. He gave you a Y chromosome. When you were born, he also made some other things by his presence and doing things or his speech. My father didn't have to change many diapers. He had 3 women and my mother to help him out. So when I had children, I decided I'm going to change every diaper I can. My father also influenced my speech patterns. He taught me that a man's authoritative and speaks up and that a man has the answers. But his absence during that period also taught me that you have to be involved, that a woman can't raise a child on their own. There has to be a male and a female role model for a child to look up to, even in that early phase. So my father really influenced me greatly in those first stages, and he didn't even know it. Next, let's talk about that phase of your parent as a god, where you think your parent has all the answers and they know everything. You probably remember some of these steps. You see your father doing something and he can do anything and everything. It's pretty amazing, and I always remember looking at my father and saying he has the answers, he can build things, he can fix things, he can always answer my questions. He also gave me a sense of security in that time. He was always around and always taking care of everybody in the family. So that's kind of the phase of your father as a god or your parent as a god. The next phase is adolescence, our parents are dumb phase. Some of us never get out of this phase. I had plenty of ammo for this phase. My father dropped out of high school and got his GED while he was in prison. My father had a hard-working job that broke his back down for years. Aren't smart people supposed to have easy jobs? That's the way I look at it. A lot of those things that I learned during that phase were in spite of him. I'm getting a college education, so I don't have to work hard. It also taught me a thirst for knowledge, to always want to know more because I wanted to know more than my father. Now the next phase we're going to talk about is my parents know what's going on. They're pretty comfortable and they know their things. This phase is the don't have time. You wanted to tell your parents, and some of you probably thinking that now, I'd like to spend more time with my parents, but I'm busy. I'm a college student. I got too much going on. I can't just go around and talk to mom and dad. In this phase, I got about 3 weeks. This was that last few weeks of his life where I got to sit down and talk to him, and he got to show me that I need to show all my kids love. Not just love them, but show them love. My mother informed me that he died a very proud man of not only me, but also my sisters. And that meant a lot to me. Another thing during this phase that I noticed is when I had my child, he stepped up. The picture you see is a picture of my father and my nephew. This is something that I don't remember getting with my father at that age. Whether it's because I don't remember it or because it didn't happen. I tend to think it's because it didn't happen. In conclusion, I just want to let you know that a parent makes choices for you before you know it, when you don't know it, all the time. So no matter what, they have shaped your life. I've talked about examples. I've talked about the presence of them being there. I've talked about emotions they've passed on. Not only are they shaping you today, but they're shaping you into the future, even after they're gone. So whether your father or mother was involved or not, I think you can tell that they shaped you, and that's why my father is my favorite.